Did you know that if you continuously have excessive phlegm in your nose, throat, and or chest, your digestive system may be weak? If you want to stop your phlegm forever, you gotta watch what you eat. So let's unpack what I just said in this video. But first, let me introduce myself for those who don't know me yet. Hi, my name is Lily Lay, and I'm a physician with a background on both medicine, the Eastern and the Western. The Eastern medicine which I'm referring to is the traditional Chinese medicine, which I practice. I'm also an acupuncturist, a Qigong instructor, and a Chinese astrologer. In this channel, I will show you step by step how to heal without medicine. The way I'm going to go about is by sharing information that Eastern medicine knows, but Western medicine doesn't, which will help you heal without medicine. So let's begin presenting what the Eastern medicine knows that the Western medicine doesn't, in relation to the excessive production of phlegm in your respiratory airways. It is not that the Western medicine is oblivious to this piece of information. It's just that they're just beginning to look into that, as if they're discovering America. Look at this research done in the year 2015 by the American Journal of Rhinology and Allergy. In this article, they're exploring manipulating the diet to control chronic sinusitis, whereas thousands of years ago, traditional Chinese medicine already knew about that. So how did they know about this? They knew it because they understood the law of nature, which our bodies follow. There are two main laws in nature. One is the law of the 5 elements, and two, the law of yin and yang, or the opposite. For today's topic, I'll be only talking about the first law in relation to the phlegm imbalance, especially after a viral respiratory infection. The law of 5 elements look like this in a diagram. Traditional Chinese medicine draw on concepts of energy to explain medical phenomena. In nature, there are 5 basic energy frequencies which interact among themselves to produce all the things we see and experience in the world. And they are fire, earth, metal, water, and wood. The name of these energies are metaphors to describe how these energies behave. Our organs also have these 5 energies. So the liver has the energy of the wood, the heart has the energy of fire, the digestive system has the energy of earth, the lungs has the energy of metal, and the kidney has the energy of water. In the world of energy, everything is connected and correlated. Same thing happens within our organs, but in a sequential order. So the liver, the energy of the liver feeds or is passed on to the heart. Then in turn, the heart feeds the digestive system, so to speak. The digestive system feeds the respiratory system, and the respiratory system feeds the kidneys. So as each organ receives the energy from the previous organ, they get strengthened. Therefore, it is very important to have a continuous flow of energy around the body to be healthy. This vital energy in Chinese is called qi. You can spell it like Qi or Chi. In Hindu, it's called prana, and in Japanese, it's called ki. Notice that the lungs receive the energy, the vital force from the digestive system. So if the digestive system is weak, the lung will not perform well and will not therefore reabsorb all of the phlegm produced by the infection. Hence, you need to make sure that your digestive system is working properly to heal the injured lung from the viral infection. So how are we going to do that? The digestive system requires 3 conditions in order to thrive. And these has to have warm, moist, and quiet. In other words, whatever you put in your mouth has to be warm, moist, and you have to be quiet when you're eating. In addition, if your digestive system is weak, you should not tax it by eating hard to digest food or eating in large quantities. Eat in a small portion and chew well the food. This is how we're going to bring back the digestive system to their normal functions. I'm going to discuss 3 points from here on. Number 1, what is the best food to bring you back from zero energy? Number 2, phlegm producing foods to avoid. And number 3, foods that heals the digestive system and strengthen the lungs. So number 1, what is the best food to bring you back from zero energy? I'm going to share with you a recipe passed down from generation of Chinese culture. This is a recipe used in Chinese hospital for convalescent patients. It is the first thing that the patient eat once the doctor gives the okay for food intake. And myself, I have used this recipe to just bring me back from near death. And it is called congee, C-O-N-G-E-E, or is similar to the gruel or porridge. It is a very efficient way to deliver energy and hydration. So the recipe is as follows. Proportion of rice and water is 1 to 5. So to cook 1 portion, you just have to use 1/4 cup of white rice in 1 1/4 of water. You can use other grains. You can use oats, or you can use wheat germ or spelt, but the proportion is similar, 1 to 5. Then you cook it for 20 minutes. If you're looking for flavor, you can, instead of water, use broth. Or if you don't have broth around, you can just use bouillon or vegetable of your choice. And you can also add some white fish meat if you like fish. And I'm referring to fish because it's one of the easiest digestible food. But you can also add ground chicken, turkey, or beef, or pork. Again, boil the water and then bring down the fire to simmering and cook it for 20 minutes. And it'll be ready when it looks like a gruel or a porridge. Then add some fresh onion, parsley, or cilantro on the top. And if you need more flavor, you can add a little bit of soy sauce. Just try it, and you can stop this congee, I call it, once you feel much better with more energy and more appetite. Number 2, phlegm producing foods to avoid. First of all, avoid dairy, especially the ultra pasteurized milk. Raw milk is acceptable if you can find it. It has a medicinal value. Avoid cheeses, especially the young ones like the mozzarella or the cheddar. Avoid commercial yogurt or kefir because, believe it or not, they have a lot of added sugar, and sometimes they don't have live bacteria as they say they do. Avoid animal meats in the way of fried, grilled, or baked, or the barbecue. They're very dry to the stomach and hard to digest, especially when you are sick and with a weak digestive system. Avoid food that are heavily immersed in oil. They tend to be very heavy because when you're sick, you just want to eat light meal. Avoid processed carb. When you're sick, try to not eat the pizza, the bread, the pasta, the pastry, the cookies. Just hold off until you get better. Avoid adding sugar to your drinks. Avoid orange juice or fruit juice drinks or sodas. They are cold and sugary. And speaking of cold food, there are vegetables that qualitatively belongs to the cold food, and these are the watermelon, coconut drink, and cucumber. So remember the motto: warm, moist, and quiet. So avoid refrigerated foods or drink. Avoid fried, grilled, or baked foods. The SAD diet, Standard American Diet, is a phlegm producing diet. If you have a chronic phlegm production or any other medical problem, ask yourself, what are you eating day in and day out? I understand that it's very difficult to change a diet in which you grew up with. But this is the moment of choice. Do you want to feel better, or do you just want to eat foods that are familiar to you? If you choose to stay in the SAD diet, then stop this video and go to see a doctor so he or she can prescribe a medicine for you. And I wish you good luck. Are you still with me? Then let me show you which food strengthens your digestive system and heal your lungs. In general, foods that are warm and neutral heals the digestive system. So as I mentioned before, foods that are warm, moist, and ingested in a quiet condition strengthen your digestive system. But in this point, I'm going to tell you which food selection will strengthen your digestive system. And these are sweet and pungent. And make note that I'm talking about whole, fresh food and not processed. Nothing good comes from processed food for your body. Once the food is processed, it loses the resonance, the vibration that could heal you. So the sweet foods that strengthen your digestive system are lowly processed complex carbohydrates like rice, sweet rye, spelt. The spelt is it's an ancient wheat that in Italian is called farro. They're delicious. You can also use oat. When they're very well cooked, as in a gruel, porridge, or congee, as I mentioned in my first point, they are jump starters. And these are the preferred foods when somebody is recovering from a debilitating disease. Now, once you are feeling much better, that you had enough with the congee or the porridge, then you can move on to carbohydrate complex vegetables like winter squash, carrot, turnip, parsnip, rutabaga, chickpeas, black beans, peas, sweet potato, yam, pumpkin. All these vegetables strengthen your digestive system. They can be also added to the porridge or the gruel or the congee concoction. Now, the pungent vegetables are the onion, leeks, black pepper, ginger, cinnamon, fennel, garlic, nutmeg. They can be used freely, and they're all warming to the digestive system. To calm the sweet cravings, instead of using the refined white sugar, you can use in moderation barley malt, molasses, cherry, dates, rice syrup. At least these sweet foods, these whole foods, contain minerals and some vitamins. If the deficiency is severe or you need some protein, you can add tuna, mackerel, halibut, anchovy, beef, chicken, as I mentioned before, or turkey or lamb. Butter is the only recommended dairy and oil product. Use sparingly. When you grow up eating vegetables, these recommendations are not so difficult to follow. The problem comes when vegetables are foreign on your table. That's when it's hard. However, when you have zero energy and you're lying on the bed very sick, you don't have energy to fight back. So these dietary changes are easier for you to accept, especially when it's prepared by somebody else. When you're sick, you're instinctively looking for light meals and reject foods that are hard to digest. The difficult part is when you are recovering, having more energy, and then you just slide back to your old self, to your old routine, and to your old sad phlegm producing diet. People with predisposing weak digestive system, if they don't take care of themselves, they will go on to developing chronic respiratory condition, and that phlegm stay chronic. So it's your choice. Do you want to stay healthy and feel good, or do you want to continue producing copious amount of phlegm? It's your choice. What the Eastern medicine knows that the Western medicine doesn't, in relation to the excessive production of phlegm in your respiratory airways. If you choose the first one, avoid phlegm producing foods and eat foods that strengthen your digestive system and heal your lungs with warm and moist food, and provide yourself a quiet environment. In other words, rest. If you have any question related to this topic, please type in the comment box below. Also, subscribe if you haven't to be alerted of the next video release. And if this is your first time, please watch this video, 5-step strategy to eliminate phlegm forever. And thanks for watching.